Here's to the dude down the street with the garage band. The folks standing on the street corner asking for change. Change. It's something we all need. But until things get a little better, listen to the music play. Where in the world is Megan's new music? People of Earth, and maybe the cosmic beyond if your radio is strong enough. I am so glad I ran into you. Welcome back to another Friday night. It's Where in the World is Megan's new music. What's going on, y'all? I've been rambling on and on about Rock Out to Knock Out Cancer for weeks now, and we finally had the show. I want to start off this evening by saying thank you. I heard nothing but fantastic things from our vendors and our guests. To the musicians, I have never seen such professionalism and talent than I did on Saturday, and I'm honored to have had you there. Our sound was phenomenal. We had vendors from far and wide. All in all, it was a great day. And we raised a boatload of cash, too. Can't wait for next year. Hopefully someday, we'll be planning for Rock Out 'cause we knocked out cancer. Well, I've been doing so much traveling these past few weeks, and I tell you, I have heard a lot of really great homegrown talent along the way. I wanted to spend this week really diving into some of those amazing tunes. To help me this week, I have a special guest. You got to meet him on the very first episode, and he's been on the run with us guys at Moonshine Jasmine for quite a while now. Since the beginning, actually. Some call him the Bass Daddy. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Tyler Cannon. Tyler, how's it going?
You just had to sneak that one in, huh?
I had to sneak that one in. Yes, I did. What's going on, Bass Daddy?
Oh, man.
In all seriousness.
I'm the king of terrible nicknames. Can I just...
What'd you say?
I'm the king of terrible nicknames. Can you just... Every nickname I get is awful.
I still like Moonbeam, but you're not about that, so.
Even remotely.
I don't know why. It's awesome. Oh, how you been, Tyler?
Keeping busy.
Yeah. How's the road treating ya? I feel like I already know the answer to this, but the good people back home don't.
It's like an abusive relationship. Like, sometimes we go on trips and it's great and everything goes well. Other times I just want to pull all my hair out.
Jeez, it's like an abusive relationship. I'm happy to know that you're having a good time on tour.
I'm having a great time. It's a really fun abusive relationship.
Oh, well, okay then. I didn't think that was possible.
I didn't either, to be honest.
Oh, geez.
Scrambling for answers now.
Scrambling for answers. That should be a band name.
It probably is.
Oh, we should Google that.
If not, we'll start it.
It'll be our side project.
Yeah.
Well, Tyler, this week's show is all about showing the music that we've had the chance to hear while we've been touring. So I was thinking we could go back and forth to talk about the songs and maybe the memory attached to it. Sound like fun?
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, in the spirit of tour, I think we should listen to a Dan Stonerook tune, don't you?
Who?
A Dan Stonerook tune. Is that not what I said?
Who's that?
Dan Stonerook. He's the harmonica daddy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. All jokes aside, I love Dan.
I got to hear this song for the first time when Dan pretty much berated me in my own home to be in a band with me.
No. You're skipping an important part of this where you ignored him. For how long?
Listen.
He's just trying to play in a band with us. And you're like, back with him.
No, it wasn't that. It's just that I was insecure about myself, and I thought that once he got in the band, he'd be like every other member with the exception of you, and be like, nah, I ain't about this. So I didn't want to do it.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm not letting you join the band so you can just go and quit.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I got to hear this song for the first time when Dan sent me over his music. Since then, we've been working as a trio, Moonshine and Jasmine, and I'm sure you're sick of hearing about us by now. I talk about us just about every episode, but shameless promotion is shameless promotion. So, I want to start off this evening's show with one of my favorite Dan tunes. I actually got to see the Moonlight Theater where this song was written. It's a song about an old abandoned drive-in movie theater that's actually not abandoned anymore. So let's start off the evening by listening to Highway 11 by Dan Stonerook.
Sits off the side of the road, wasting away. Not much traffic comes down this old highway. Yeah, the interstate has done its job. Fast cars muff the lanes. In this old driving, it's beginning to wane. This old place have lots to tell. First dates and more, laughing and loving all went well. Now it's just a forgotten field. Soon no one will remember what it was.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Highway 11 by Dan Stonerook. One of my all-time favorite songs out of all my homegrown talent. And I'm not just saying that because he's in my band. Ty, what do you think of that song?
I love Highway 11.
Isn't it great?
It's so good.
It's just so wholesome, and seeing Highway 11 in person was so cool. And it was so funny. Dan's a man of few words, and we get there, and I'm all, oh my gosh, that's so cool. Oh my God, Dan, we got to get your picture. And, he doesn't say a word. We've been driving forever. He goes into the trunk of his car, and he digs out one of his CDs that has this song on it. And he goes and he just takes a picture. And it was just so cute. He just, without a word, grabbed a CD and he's like, I'm ready for my picture. And he was so proud of himself, and it made me feel really good that I could just share that moment with him. It was really cool.
That's going to be some weird, meta, greatest hits album for Dan. Where he's just once you go by the Dan Stoner greatest hits album, and it's him holding a different album on the cover.
You crack me up, I swear. And I love that song too. Dan's great. He's just great.
What was that one dance song we've been doing lately that we both are really into?
Against Me?
That's it.
Oh, I'm not the doorman anymore. I love that song. It's so good.
You notice ever since we started playing that one, I swear every post Dan makes on Facebook. Every post Dan makes on Facebook is just, it's in there somewhere.
Oh, for sure.
That quote, like that's like his signature back when.
Well, that's a new song. He just recently wrote that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's like real fresh. And I think I don't know, there was something about the venue out in Johnstown that was giving him a hard time. So, yeah, I think it's just really relevant. And I love the way he's been using it.
Yeah. I love that chord progression there too. It's so much fun.
That F, F, C, C, G. I love it. Oh, so good. If you haven't heard Against Me, come to a Moonshine Jasmine show. We play it just about every show now. It's so good.
Dan is such a good songwriter, man.
I know.
So are you.
Oh, thank you. You
And
give
then
me too
there's
much
me.
credit. No. One of these days, we're going to have Millville Blues recorded, and when I do, it's going to be on the show, and people are going to be like, oh my God, he's so good. And you're not going to be able to be left alone.
I want to be left alone though.
Well,
Why do you think I'm a writer?
why are you in a band? Why do you try to be famous?
Because I'm dumb.
Clearly. Why don't we listen to another song while I shake my head at you? Oh my goodness. This next song is coming to you from a Pittsburgh musician. I actually just recently seriously started listening to her music. She's super talented. We just had her at Rock Out this past weekend. She's a whole ball of fun. Her lyrics are great. And she's just got such an awesome personality. So we're going to take a listen to EJ, and I learned how to say it right, EJ Fabashevsky, with her song, Rocky Road.
Mark my words, there will be another day when the bartender stops laughing. You're not funny anyway. My apologies, sir. Don't know why I'm so mean. I get a little cocky when I dance to my CDs. Skipping through all the reruns. I don't need nothing new, at least that's what I tell myself. Fresh things are stress-inducing. Seems like it's just a crime. I guess we can go back over your joke one more time. My mind's been over there since the beginning. I take a lot of things, but I'll swallow them dry. Count it all out. I've been lucky in my sleep. Wrinkles are created, but at least this one I keep. Wandered out from yesterday, party left. I'm overplayed. Just a little reminder, it doesn't cost anything extra to just tag along. To supply, will I demand it as I cut through the course of this song. You could say that you want to see the world burn. I would have to disagree. As much refutes me, it's hard to be partly. I'm just not a fan of flames. My mind's been over there since the beginning. I take a lot of things, but I'll swallow them dry. Count it all out. I've been lucky in my sleep. Wrinkles are created, but at least this one I keep. Wandered out from yesterday, party left. I'm overplayed. Laundered out from yesterday. I'm overplayed.
I love that song so much. Ty, what do you think of it?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Isn't it? EJ's such a good lyricist, such a good singer. She's got the total package, I swear to God. If you don't know EJ Fabashevsky, find her on YouTube, follow her. She does covers all the time on her channel. She's so good. Thank you for sharing that, EJ.
She was fantastic at Rock Out, man.
Oh my God. And she brought so many people and was just so good with the crowd.
Yeah.
Made everybody laugh and feel good. And that's what Rock Out's all about. It was great.
That's something a lot of musicians fail to really pull off. Not necessarily making the crowd laugh for whatever you're doing, but like having interactions with them and stuff. It's
Yeah.
something a lot of bands miss out on.
Absolutely. There's an obvious, barrier between musician and crowd with that stage. You do need to maintain a level of control of the show and some professionalism. But, like what we do on stage, we get up there, we joke around, we talk to the people. If somebody's heckling us, we talk to them. We treat them like people. We make it feel like, this is a place where, we're playing music to get paid, but like, it's fun. We're here to have fun.
That's something a lot of bands, especially at like the levels, the local level and everything, they seem to really miss out on, is they don't understand really the importance of making it seem like you're up there not doing a job, you're up there enjoying what you're doing.
Exactly.
There's a lot of bands that seem like they're up there taking it as work instead of getting to play. I mean, yeah, it's work, it's a job. You're making money doing this, but at the same time, you're getting paid to do this.
Yeah, and you can definitely tell when a band is up there just doing it for the sake of the pay versus the sake of the music and the passion.
Well, even then, though, because like I've seen musicians who are incredibly passionate and incredibly, they really want to play their music. It's just they just can't get over that hurdle. It's
Absolutely.
a hard hurdle to meet over. I mean, you watched me do it for how long?
Absolutely. And, even with me, I've been doing this professionally, I guess you could say, for about 8 years. And I still have trouble with that. I still walk into venues like, oh, they're going to hate me. I don't know what to say to these people. They're not dressed like me. They don't look like me. You know what I mean? So it's definitely something even, some of us vets got to get over and really hone that skill in. So you're absolutely right.
Well, who was it? Wasn't it like Jim Morrison who had terrible stage fright, and that's why he faced the rest of the band when he would sing?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh. That's wild. Speaking of wild, you want to listen to another song?
Maybe. What song is it?
I don't know. I was thinking about Wild Bill.
Ooh.
You got any cool stories about my main man, Wild Bill?
I got a couple.
Well, lay it on me. I've been
ones.
doing a lot of talking here. Let's hear from you.
Oh man, I remember one year, one of the years we played Rock Out a couple years ago. Wild Bill showed up and was just kind of hanging with us and everything, and I was waiting at the bar, waiting to grab a drink. And so the show hadn't really started yet. It was just about to. They were just letting people in, and I walked up and grabbed a drink. And as I'm sitting there, I just hear a voice start talking to me, but like whoever's voice it is behind me. So I'm not sure who it is. I pull a 180, and there's Wild Bill, who sees me, and he looks at me, and he just goes, "You're playing with Megan. I see you on the Facebook post, right?" And stuff like that. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm playing Megan's bass player and everything." And this dude comes up and gives me the warmest handshake I've ever gotten in my life, and then proceeds to buy me another drink on top of the one that I had just gotten.
Aw, that is so sweet. I love Wild Bill. Every time I see him, it's just like this last Rock Out, he gives me a little cigar, and he sends me on my way, and I love it.
Bill's the type of guy, he'll go out, he'll like give you the shirt off his back if you need it, and like he's one of the friendliest people in the Pittsburgh music scene, and that goes a long way.
Absolutely. He has a song, it's called Wednesday Song, and actually we'll listen to it here. It's all about it's originally about the open mic night that was held over at Moondogs. Now it's at the Starlight Cafe. But he wrote the song because, as he puts it, the music scene at that open mic gave him a new appreciation for music, and it gave him the ability to find a space where he could really express himself, and he hadn't had that in a long time. So he was really thankful for that, and he wrote that song, So, I mean, Wild Bill is just all around a great guy, and he's a great example of how we should live our lives. He's always humble, he's always kind, he's always grateful. And even when he's in a bad mood, you can't tell. He just wants to spread love and spread peace and just be happy about it.
And that's something that's really unique about Wild Bill is like, yeah, a lot of people know certain cities and their music scenes. We all know about the New York music scene, the Chicago music scene, the Seattle music scene, et cetera, et cetera. The Pittsburgh music scene, you kind of got to dig to find a lot. Like, there are certain groups that are like Anti-Flag is Pittsburgh, but they've gotten to the point now where they're not really a part of the Pittsburgh music scene per se. But like to find like real diamonds out there, you gotta kind of like a lot of the folks that are we're going to be listening to tonight. To find the people like that, those diamonds in the rough throughout the Pittsburgh music scene, you got to have the ear for it. And that's one thing Wild Bill's got big time is like, I swear that dude can point out talent like no one I've ever seen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's been doing it for a long time. He said he learned how to play piano when he was a kid. I mean, that's awesome. He's been doing it because he loves it, and, he just wants to be able to share that with everybody else, and I think that's beautiful.
I swear his I don't know, obviously I'd have to ask him myself, but I swear his two biggest loves in this world, 2 is music and 1 is just people.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Well, why don't we take a listen to Wednesday's song by Wild Bill so we can share in the love that he's trying to spread.
Wednesday, 28th of August, 2019. Time for a Casey Stagel Comes a Visiting version of Wednesday's song. Here's a little Wednesday song. It's a Wednesday night tradition, a little bit of poetry from a poet on a mission. I'm so glad you're here. You help me shake off all that blue, and I hope you sing along because I wrote this song for you. Na na na, baby, how you doing? La la la, I hope you're feeling fine. Whoa whoa whoa, I'm so glad that you could make it, 'cause I love your souls, and I hope that you love mine. Well, I spend my days in a bubble of spin, sailing my ship through a sea of sin, and the end of the day is a welcome knife, 'cause it cuts away all that wounded skin. I'm afraid to wake up for the trouble I'm in, but I can't stay asleep forever. So I prop my eyes with the smallest of lies, and I can keep on pulling the lever. And here's a little Wednesday song. It's a Wednesday night tradition, little bit of poetry from some poets on a mission. I'm so glad you're here. It helps me shake off all that blue, and I hope you sing along because I wrote this song for you. Na na na, baby, how you doing? La la la, you know I'm feeling fine. Whoa whoa whoa, I'm so glad that you could make it, 'cause I love your souls, and I hope that you love mine. Well, you might be as hot as the world has got, and I don't begrudge you the power. Or you might be a seed in a window box, gonna grow into a flower. Or you might be a dungeon dweller, and the key don't fit your hand. But if you're here on Wednesday night, you're in the world's best band. And here's your little Wednesday song. It's a Wednesday night tradition, a little bit of poetry from some poets on a mission. I'm so glad you're here. You help me shake off all that blue, and I hope you sing along because I wrote this song for you. Na na na, baby, how you doing? La la la, you know I'm feeling fine. Oh, 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 I'm so glad that you could make it, 'cause I love your souls, and I hope that you love mine. Na, 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 baby, how you doing? La, 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 you know I'm feeling fine. Oh, 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 I'm so glad that you could make it, 'cause I love your songs, and I hope that you love mine. Open mics, open hearts. Welcome's back, Casey Stagel. Hey, Casey, good to see you again.
Always good to hear from you, Wild Bill. And shout out to Casey Stagel. That's someone I haven't seen in quite a while, and I hope he's doing all right. I told you, Wednesday's song is just beautiful. It's magical. It's everything.
I've only met Wild Bill a few times. I could probably count on my fingers how many times I've actually had a conversation with him. And I don't think there's a cooler cat in the Pittsburgh music scene.
Absolutely not. I wish I could be half as cool as Wild Bill.
And I'm including all 3 of us and Moonshine Jasmine in that.
We're lame in comparison. We ain't nothing.
Well, I was about to say, and then the guys from Gentleman's Agreement before realizing, none of the guys in Gentleman's Agreement are cool.
Gentleman's Agreement, your mom's favorite rock band. I love it. You want to tell us about Gentleman's Agreement?
I mean,
It's the band that has yet to be.
Gentleman's Agreement is a 4, 5, or 6-piece band. We're not sure.
What?
It kind of depends on how many guitar players we hire right now. We're looking at getting 2 more guitar players to play with me. And we play, like, I don't even know how you'd explain it, but stuff like Rev Theory, Alter Bridge, the Union Underground, stuff like that. So, like, kind of that weird, almost gray area between dad rock and heavy metal.
Your mom's favorite rock band.
we also have 587 likes on Facebook and have never put out a song.
I don't know how you did it because we only got 300 some.
I have no idea. You know, one of the likes on the Moonshine Jasmine page is Gentleman's
Oh, well, thanks for the like, man.
Gentleman's Agreement is trying to spread the love a little bit.
Oh, that's so funny. Speaking of spreading the love, we just recently met this next band that we're going to listen to, and they're pretty cool. Dan Stonerook actually is friends with these guys. I got to meet Paul at the Millville Music Festival. They were playing over at Gap Park, and we played at the community library. So I didn't get to check out their set in person, but listening back, I think they're pretty cool.
They were definitely a fun time.
No, for sure.
I wish I could have hung around and watched them jam.
Yeah.
The videos I saw of them performing, they looked... It was, again, that whole thing about bands showing off to the fans that they actually want to be there. They got that. You know, they have that fun to sit down and just watch them just do their thing, go crazy up on stage.
Absolutely. They put on a good show as well as put out good music, and I think they've got the whole package in terms of being entertainers is concerned, and that's really important.
I'd argue being a great entertainer is more important than being a great musician.
Yeah, seriously.
I
You
mean,
can be good all you want, but if you're a stick in the mud, then nobody's going to want to hire you.
would anybody have ever gone to see Queen perform if Freddie Mercury had stood in one place and sang all those beautiful notes? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I don't know, though, because, you know, with Elvis Presley, they weren't allowed to show him from the waist down, so he did kind of have to stand still, and they were still booking places.
Here's the thing, though. Elvis had the entertainer in the other way. It was the same reason why you never want to ban records. Like, the second someone comes out and says, you know, this, I don't know, like Slipknot album's banned from being sold in stores, all these kids are going to go, well, it must have been banned for some reason, and they're going to go out and buy it.
That's true.
The same thing with Elvis. You know, they couldn't show him from the waist down. Well, a whole bunch of
young girls went to the show to see what it looked like. Yeah. You're right. You're right.
And as a 24-year-old man, I don't know if I blame him. I'd have probably gone too.
I mean, Elvis Presley was the man.
They can't show what he's doing with his hips. Now I kind of want to go see what he's doing with his hips.
That's that devil music. That devil music. Oh, jeez.
That music is going out there and giving all the old folks heart attacks. That's why you call the guitar the heart attack machine, right?
Exactly. Well, here's a song that I know will get the blood pumping for sure. It's coming at you from Black Ridge, and it's called Live Fast and Leave a Good-Looking Corpse. rest and leave a good-looking corpse. That's one mighty fine song that we got to share with the good folks. If you're still listening, this has been a very special Tyler Cannon takeover of Where in the World is Megan's New Music, and I'm so glad that you got to be here for such a special evening. Ty, what do you think of Blackridge? They're really good.
They are so much fun, man. The next time they're anywhere near me and I have a chance, I want to go watch them just tear it up.
Well, I do know that they have an extensive tour schedule coming up ahead of them. So if you like them, just like the good people out there, if you like Blackridge, I know you can find them on Facebook, and I know they're on YouTube, and I know that they're on Spotify. So check them out.
Everybody go listen to them right now. Go enjoy them. Pause this show.
You can't pause radio.
Shh, play along.
What were you going to say?
I was going to tell everyone, stop listening to this for a second. Go pull up their Spotify. Come back, finish this one. And then once we're done, go listen to them.
Here's what you do. You got this on your computer. Pull it up on your phone.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Double devices.
Listen to both at the same time.
I mean, you could. You definitely could. You might get a little boggled there after a while, but you definitely could.
You time it so that the song plays on this show and your Spotify at the exact same time.
Oh, God. It's more trouble than it's worth. Ugh. Oh, man. Well, Tyler, I know that you have been just itching to talk about this next song, this next group. So I'm going to let you go off, Queen. Go off. Tell us about the next band.
Oh, these guys, the Red Hot Ramblers, man. They played Rock Out past weekend, and I don't think I've had more fun just listening to the music ever before. I knew these cats were a big deal when they rolled up in matching red polos with their band logo on them.
Everybody looked at me like, you brought a bowling team?
These dudes rolled up, and I was so excited. It was like some of them had like 2-3 cases on them. I was like, these guys are gonna be great. They start unloading and unpacking everything, and the first thing I remember seeing was they pulled out the drum. They started setting up the drum kit and the piano. I was like, all right, cool. The guy pulled out the trumpet, which, you know, I'm a massive Louis Armstrong fan. So I was all sorts of ready for that. The guy pulled out a clarinet, a trombone, and a tuba. I was just...
Did you see the cover that was on his
did.
tuba?
I
They
did.
like cut out felt letters that spelled out Red Hot Ramblers. They stuck it to this tuba cover. It was great.
These dudes, they roll up and like they're all setting up and ready to go. And because you were emceeing it, so you were near the stage.
Yeah.
And I just remember these guys are setting up, and me and you are just like damn near staring at each other, just the biggest grins, because we were so excited to hear this band.
They were so good.
And they start playing in this old stuff, and like where I was sitting watching them play, I couldn't
They
help but dance
busted out their
around.
intro with the Harlem
They
Globetrotters
did.
song.
I almost I was so hyped about talking about everything else. I almost forgot to mention they opened with the theme for the Harlem
It was great.
Globetrotters.
I'm up on stage and I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, the Red Hot Ramblers. And they just bum, 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 bum. And they go right into it. Oh, it was amazing.
I was so hyped about everything else. I almost forgot to even mention that. Man.
Yeah.
Like they broke into the Harlem Globetrotters theme, and I could not stop smiling. That's these guys. Like there was something about them, man. First off, all the guys in the band were just wonderful. Yeah, they not a bad word to say about these guys.
No.
They were all really cool, really down to earth, really friendly people, and friendly people are a great thing to have in the music industry, but you got to know what you're doing too with the instruments. And these dudes roll up, and I sure as can be, they started playing these instruments, and they sure knew what they were doing with them, didn't they?
Oh, absolutely. And if you look at each of them as individuals, their resumes are just absolutely phenomenal. A few weeks ago, we had Scott Eisenreich on the show, and he was the tuba player and the vocalist for the Red Hot Ramblers. And as he said on the show, I mean, he's worked with Ray Charles. Some of the names are escaping me right now, but some of the really big names in music. But he's such a sweetheart. He said that he's got an extensive resume, but the highlight of his music career was when he got to bring both of his kids up on stage and they got to play together. And that's just amazing.
I'll tell you what, man, if the day ever comes where I have kids, I can probably agree with him on that. That would be a really cool thing to be able to do.
I can't wait till Ryder's old enough. We play music all the time now, and I'm learning stuff on the guitar for him. It's so much fun. I can't wait to be able to play with him.
But yeah, this whole band were just a bunch of cool dudes with some crazy resumes. And it's like, obviously there wasn't like, you didn't have to send in a resume to be able to play with us at Rockout. But man, if we had to, they were making it.
Yeah,
These
they
dudes, like...
cut me out the gig. They took my spot.
It's like listening to them, they're doing the Harlem Globetrotters theme. They're doing the Bourbon Street Parade, which was so much fun to hear.
Yes.
They did probably my favorite Louis Armstrong song. You know, I even pulled you over and made you dance with me.
Yes, right? That was fun.
I couldn't help it. You know, you can't help but shake around a little bit, listen to that kind of music. And being able to listen to it live, like you've been transported back to the 20s, 30s, and 40s, it was pretty rocking. Yeah,
it was cool. Well, I want to hear one of their songs, and I'm sure the good people want to as well, since we've hyped them up as much as we have.
Man, it's going to be real bad if someone's listening to this and they don't like them.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a listen to The Bare Necessities, performed by the Red Hot Ramblers.
Necessities of simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean those bare necessities, oh Mother Nature's recipes to bring the bare necessities of life. Wherever I wander, wherever I roam, I couldn't be fonder of my big home. The bees are buzzing in the tree to bring some honey just for me. The bare necessities of life will come to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Red Hot Ramblers with their rendition of The Bare Necessities. Tyler, are you happy?
Very, very happy. I love those guys so much.
They're great. And I'm so glad that they let us play their music here on this show. I love it.
I thought about busting out another dance number when we were listening to it, man.
If the studio was just a little bit bigger here at Scarfire, I would have totally been down on it. Totally. But, you know, you would have heard some crashing microphones and that. And we don't need that. We don't need that. You know, I like my job here at Unrestricted Radio. I'd like to keep it. And I don't want them to get mad because I'm breaking down the house in the middle of a song.
I do enough damage to my microphone with my bass guitar.
Oh, my goodness. You want to tell that story real fast?
I clobbered the side of my microphone with the headstock of my bass a couple Moonshine Jasmine shows ago. And the microphone hasn't really worked properly since.
I'm kind of surprised it's working right now, all things considered. I'm sure it
Same.
probably sounds like crap once I go back into post.
You're gonna go edit it and be like, we gotta re-record the whole thing.
I gotta get you a new mic. But he sounded like a baseball announcer. It was funny. You know, speaking of baseball, you're a Chicago fan, aren't you?
I am.
Which side of Chicago are you a fan
The
of?
correct side. The
Which
Cubs.
is the correct side?
The Cubs.
The Cubs. See, you know, some people take that as fighting words. When I was spending time out in Chicago, I actually found out that if somebody asks you who's your favorite Chicago baseball team, you can't be undecided and you can't say both because those opinions just don't
Oh
count.
my god. No one will like no one from Chicago would ever say both.
No, never.
I swear that they should just start calling it the Chicago Baseball Wars at this point. Like
That's
Chicago
appropriate.
is split in half.
Absolutely. And you got to be careful wearing the wrong team in the wrong neighborhood, I swear. It's crazy.
It's worse than wearing the wrong gang colors somewhere.
Yeah,
You know,
sometimes.
you don't want to be
sometimes.
caught dead at 1060 West Addison wearing a White Sox jersey.
Heck no. Heck no. I was telling everybody when I was out there, I'm from Pittsburgh, and they didn't bat an eye, but I swear if I would have been wearing a Sox jersey up in Boys Town, they would have skinned me alive.
You could have walked around in like a Roberto Clemente Pirates jersey, talking about how like the Pirates are the best team in all of baseball, and everyone would have just rolled with it and be like, you're funny. Like, and, you know, everyone would have rolled with the jokes. Yeah, this Pirate fan rolling in. Talking
Yeah.
and then you would have changed it on and put on a White Sox jersey, especially from like 2003 when they won the World Series.
Yeah.
Like I was really young when they won the World Series in 2003, the White Sox, and I was so angry. Neither of my parents are Cubs fans, and they watched me. Like I wasn't quite cussing, so I don't really know how old I would have been. But like pretty close, I was screaming, crying the whole
Aw.
9 yards. The White
Jeez.
Sox won the World Series.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, the reason why I bring up Chicago is because the next song that I want to listen to actually comes from some good friends of mine from out in the Chicagoland area. They seem to be a pretty big deal out in the good old, 630 and parts of Chicago. There's so many areas, so many neighborhoods. I guess it doesn't really count. We can't really call it something like we call it 412.
Just call it the Windy City.
The Windy City.
Anything else?
You know, I was trying to be clever. Anyway, these cats are from the Windy City. They're a really good metal band, and they're really, really cool people to work with. I met the drummer at a show. He's also a sound guy, and I was calling him my guardian angel with gauges because he took me in, he showed me the bar, introduced me to the locals, to the regulars, really hooked me up with sound. He's a real good guy, and his band is just as great as he is. They were in a Battle of the Bands that I was actually the judge of at once, and they were cool to work with there too. So I want to show you these guys because I don't think I actually have had the chance to let you listen to them yet, Tyler.
No.
These guys are called Wonderlick, and this song that they sent me a little while back is really, really good. It's called Shiver, and I hope that y'all like it as much as I do.
inside a place with nowhere to go. I cannot scream, and there's no one to hear. Empty sounds tearing me apart. I don't know how I feel. I've had enough of this silence, breathing slowly. I don't know when it will change, but the silence screaming to me, pushing me over the edge of denial, speaking to me. Mama cannot fight the silence, breathing slowly. When will this change? Staring back at myself in the mirror, knowing I can still change everything. And now I'll look back at what has already passed. I don't need that bullshit. I've had enough of this silence, breathing slowly. I don't know when it will change, but the silence screaming to me, pushing me over the edge of denial, speaking to me. Mama cannot fight the silence, breathing slowly. When will this change? That's got to go on. And the silence breathing slowly. I don't know when it will change, but the silence screaming to me, pushing me over the edge of denial, speaking to me. Mama cannot fight the silence, breathing slowly. When will this
That was Shiver by Wonderlick coming at you from Chicagoland. I just love them. Shout out to my friend Dan Kettler on the drums. He's one heck of a guy. Tyler, what'd you think?
That was really good.
As
Really,
a
really good.
connoisseur, you liked it?
And not a lot of people know this. They go to Moonshine Jasmine shows and stuff, but I'm quite the metalhead throughout, been listening to it since I was a wee little baby.
A wee lad.
And it's nice. It's nice to hear something more akin to. I don't want to sound like an old fuddy-duddy and talk about like old school heavy metal. No,
You just said fuddy-duddy, so you just dug your own hole.
But there's something about like what the metal scene that's popular these days that just I can't really get behind. It's just a lot of samey stuff. It's nice to hear somebody that's breaking the mold a little bit and going more with a unique approach, which is refreshing.
Absolutely. I love them. They're so great. Well, we're almost to the end of the show. We got a few more songs I do want to show the good folks. As always, thanks for stopping by for Where in the World is Megan's New Music. We've got to hear some folk, some Dixieland, some metal. I think I want to listen to some rap. How do you feel about that?
I'm down.
Yeah? I've been working with this kid for a little while. He's really talented. He goes by Kid Dreams. He's from the New Kensington area up here in Pennsylvania. And, he's young. He's full of energy. He wants to be a star. And I think he's got a lot of talent. I know you got to hear him perform live at one of the home shows here.
Yeah.
What do you think about Kid Dreams?
I think he has a very high ceiling. very high ceiling, and that's not something I'll say to a lot of up and coming musicians, because but to see a kid, he has room to grow, room to spread his wings out, and the one it's something that's used a lot, the phrase high ceiling, but he really has it. He can go as far as he wants to, basically.
Absolutely. And I'll say, since the last time you saw him, he actually just came into studio today, and we recorded the next song I'm about to show you guys. And just the transition from, where he was to where he's been in just a couple months. I mean, it's really remarkable, the progress he's making on himself. And, it just goes to show you that, true heart and practice will really get you anything you want. We can manifest our own reality.
And the more time he puts into doing that, man, he's, the folks listening, keep an eye on him. Keep an ear out for that name.
Absolutely. Kid Dreams is someone we definitely want to keep in mind. So without further ado, why don't we take a listen to his song, Blowing Up.
Squad, turn that shit up, man.
Hey, when I blow up, I won't go down. Coming for me, you need 2 rounds. Like, see, I can't feel the ground. We're looking Leo free on my hounds. I don't give a fuck. I smoke 100 pounds, fuck around. I'ma put you in a lounge, fucked up and cruise around the town. Make no sound until I'm in. Don't stop now, I'm getting high green out. Floor it down before I fucking feed now. Slow it down and swerve into the route. Fucking stop, I'ma go through the drought. I'm a bad motherfucker, I don't need no clout. I'm trying to chase my dreams, I wanna break that doubt. It doesn't even matter if I scream and shout. You cover your ears like you can't see my mouth. Beat a motherfucker with a bat. Shoot him in his face, deal with that. Pack and load up my gat. Getting around with the tag. This shit is so real, so I pop pills to not feel, but it doesn't work, so I have to steal, and then I make some deals. Oh shit, oh no, I'm going with the flow, speeding up, going around just for the low. 100-some drums with bags and tags on it. Maybe you can crash and catch some lag on it. That's all I got so far.
That was Kid Dreams with his brand new song, Blowing Up. I love it. I love it. I love it. And as the producer of that song, I'm just so proud of my baby. It's such a good song. I'm so proud of him. He's so young and so talented, and he's got so much time to just be the best. I'm telling you, this kid's going to be the next Mac Miller. Oh, he's so great. And he's got such a wonderful personality. I was like, are you hungry? Because I was buying food for everybody here at the house. And I said, are you hungry? He goes, man, I am, but I don't want to make you spend your money. And I said, come on, let me get you something. So he went into the Dairy Queen. And he's like, can I get a cheeseburger? And I was like, yeah. He goes, wait a minute. How much is that? I was like, $2.47. He goes, man, $2.47. He felt so bad about me spending $3 on a cheeseburger for him. I was like, come on, kid, you gotta eat. Come on, I'm not about to have my musician all hungry and passing out in the studio. Come on. It was so funny. He's great. He is great. I could go on and on about him forever, and I listen to Kid Dreams. Find him on TikTok. That's where he does his thing right now. So find him on TikTok. Give him all the love. Let him know that you like that song and all of his other stuff too. So we don't have too much time left here together, Tyler. I want to say thank you so much for coming on back to Where in the World is Megan's New Music?
Thanks for having me again.
Absolutely. It's always a pleasure to have you here. And if you ever want to come on back, just let me know.
Oh, I'm sure I'll come back sometime in the next 3 months.
I sure hope so. So I want to feature one last song here. It's one that you're actually on. This is our band Moonshine Jasmine with our song Nowhere, Ohio. And until next time, folks, peace and love.
Got myself stuck out here in nowhere, Ohio. I gotta stop wearing this old heart on my sleeve. I drove 2 hours through the valleys and the trees, hoping the bears don't smell these skunks sitting next to me. But there's a handsome little thing on the other side, and if I'm lucky, well, I'm getting lucky tonight. Well, don't tell my dad I'm going nowhere, he'll never understand. Why's a girl gotta drive so damn far
lights can't be seen nowhere tonight. Sunset in the middle of nowhere sounds alright. Well, don't tell my dad I'm going nowhere, he'll never understand. Why's a girl gotta drive so damn far? But these city streets, they don't do it for me. So I gotta get to nowhere, Ohio.